Gearing up to take the Praxis Mathematics 5165 Statistics and Probability exam? You're in luck, because I'm about to share some sample problems you just may encounter in the exam. Hi, my name is Selena. I've been a teacher for more than 20 years, and I'm also a test prep expert with Study.com. This video will give you clear strategies and practical examples to strengthen your understanding and help you build the confidence you need to succeed. Stick around until the end of the video to learn more important information about the exam. Let's dive in. A two-way frequency table of 300 survey responses shows 90 people like tea and coffee, 60 like only tea, 80 like only coffee, and the rest like neither. What is the probability that a randomly chosen person likes tea, given that they like coffee? Take a moment to pause and look at the answers. We will be using the conditional probability. Conditional probability is just a way to figure out the chance of something happening, given that something else has already happened. We will use this formula. First step, find all the coffee drinkers. There are 80 people who drink coffee and 90 who drink both coffee and tea, equaling 170 coffee drinkers. Second, find coffee drinkers who also drink tea. That's 90 people who drink both. Step 3, divide 90 over 170. And the correct answer is B, 529 thousandths. A game plays $100 with probability 0.10, $40 with probability 0.30, and loses $10 with probability 0.60. What is the expected value? A, $16, B, $9, C, $11, or D, $6. We will use this formula. Expected value equals sigma times value times probability. Imagine a game with three possible outcomes. Win $100 with 10% chance. That's 0.10 times 100, which equals 10. Win $40 with 30% chance. That is 0.30 times 40 equals 12. Lose $10 with 60% chance. That is 0.60 times negative 10, which equals negative 6. Then you take those numbers and add them up. 10 plus 12, negative 6, equals 16. So the expected value is 16. That's what you would expect to win on average per game if you played many times. A lock code consists of 3 digits, 0 through 9, followed by 2 distinct letters, A through Z. How many possible codes are there? A, 260,000, B, 2,340,000, C, 650,000, or D, 6,760,000. The strategy we will be using is multiplying the number of digit combinations times the number of letter combinations. For digits, each digit can be 0 to 9. That equals 10 choices each. Total digit combination is 10 times 10 times 10, which equals 1,000. Letters, 2 letters, but they must be different. First letter choice is 26. Second letter choice, 25 choices. Can't repeat the first. So 26 times 25 equals 650. Step 3, total codes. Multiply digits times letters. You have 1,000 digits times 650 letters, which equals 650,000. The correct answer is 650,000. The histograms below show the distribution of weekly study hours for 2 classes of the same course. Class X has a mean of 15 hours and a standard deviation of 5. Class Y has a mean of 15 hours and a standard deviation of 8. Which statement is most accurate? A, Class Y students tend to study more hours on average. Class Y's data are more consistent than Class X. Class Y's study hours show more variability than Class X. Or D, Both classes have the same variability. We're going to walk through the process of elimination. A. Class Y students tend to study more hours on average. This is incorrect. Both classes have the same mean of 15 hours, so the average is the same. B. Class Y's data are more consistent than Class X is incorrect. Higher standard deviation, 8 versus 5, means Class Y is less consistent, not more. D. Both classes have the same variability. This is incorrect. Standard deviations are different, 5 versus 8, so the variability is not the same. The correct answer is C. Class Y study hours show more variability than Class X. Both classes have the same mean of 15 hours, so their average study time is the same. Class Y has a higher standard deviation, 8 versus 5, meaning Class Y's study hours vary more widely around the mean. Thank you for joining me today. In this lesson, we reviewed the Praxis Mathematics 5165 section on statistics and probability. Let's go over the competencies that will be mastered in the exam. The statistics and probability section of the Praxis Mathematics exam assesses competency in summarizing and interpreting data, calculating and applying probabilities, performing statistical inference, developing and evaluating regression models, and understanding normal distributions. This particular section constitutes approximately 20% of the Praxis Mathematics 5165 exam. It consists of approximately 66 selected response questions and has a time limit of 3 hours. A graphing calculator will also be provided during the test, so no need to worry about that. For more practice, check out our Praxis Mathematics 5165 Statistics and Probability playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head over to study.com and check out our Praxis Mathematics test prep course. Those who use study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short, targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest Praxis test updates. And please leave your questions and success stories in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy studying.